On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 The Fan, 1080 The Fan, the Odyssey app, YouTube, and Twitch for the kids. I'm Joe Fisher III. Across the faux marble table is Rashad Taylor this time.
What up, though? What up, though? What's up, fellas?
How we doing?
We're doing much better than last week.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, you're here. That's good.
Yes,
That's good.
yes. Glad to be here. Good to see y'all.
Jordan Schultz here as well.
Was telling Rashad it's good to have him alive before the show starts.
Oh man. So
just
so everybody knows,
Having mic issues here. Sorry.
Joe was, usually we get all the facts right. This one we got wrong. I did not have BGs.
It wasn't bubble guts.
It was not the bubble
The
guts
BGs.
last week.
Not the trots.
It was not the bubble guts. Yeah, you know
Not
what I'm
those
saying.
BGs.
I'll just say this: there was some, diabetic issues, which are never good. And I want everybody to know. I know you might hear me talk about it a lot, man. Hey, man, take care of it.
Yeah.
Get in, hey man, do what you got to do. You don't want some weird stuff. So.
Yeah, it runs in my family a bit. I got an aunt. my grandma. She passed away a couple of years ago, but she had it too.
Yeah,
diabetes.
It's never the best, man. Never the best. Got to change a lot of stuff that you like, that you love to do, like the things you love to eat.
Wilfred Brimley wasn't joking, man.
He really wasn't, man. You know how hard it is to cut out ribeye steak. Just like
Wait, you have to cut out ribeye?
Yeah, that's like
God.
the least.
Take me now.
Yeah, seriously, it's like the obviously it's the least healthy steak that anyone can have. But
Steaks are unhealthy.
I mean, that's what some of them say. Some people. I mean,
Joe, kill me now.
I don't agree.
A lot of protein in those.
I
things.
don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't agree. But yeah, man, it's good to see you guys. Man. I feel like I missed I went to game 3 and everything. I was ready
that
for.
would have been perfect.
Yeah, I was ready.
Yeah. Well, I
That
mean,
sucks.
game 3 maybe made you sick. Maybe that's what.
That's
it was.
probably what did
Yeah.
it. Honestly, that's probably the stress of that, and then just all the stress to follow. Like, yeah, I think that might have been the root cause.
I'm gonna find out here from Jordan in a second if he has an ailment because I'm playing injured right now as well.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you look at me very closely, do you notice me kind of moving here? Kind of.
I do. Do you have a?
I got a nice.
Do you
little,
have do you have BGs?
No, I do not have BGs.
Oh, okay.
No. Not that bad to where it's moving my entire body. No.
So we've all been there. Like
I got a little.
that little back and forth rock that you're doing right now. Yeah.
I got a little back rubber, back warmer thing back here.
Yeah. You've got the veteran NBA chair right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need a new back. Just plain and simple.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I haven't swung a club since April 3rd because of my back. I've been asked 3 times this week to go out golfing. Had to not deny it every single time, including one time with Brandon Sprague. Exactly. I had to turn
you
that
don't get
one
those two. You don't get those too often.
No, that's maybe a one-a-year occurrence, if that.
Maybe
Yeah.
a once in a lifetime.
Seriously.
It's just, I've gone golfing with him, I think once or twice, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'm turning down rounds of golf, and then last night, in the classic old man fashion, threw the back out, getting up off the couch.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're there. You're about that point to where you just get random injuries for just doing mundane things.
Well, in the back, again, the back has been hurting the last 4 weeks now. Like, been taking ibuprofen and trying to just
been to the doctor yet?
I have not, because I've been to the doctor many times over the years, and they tell me, "Oh, we don't see anything here, Mr. Fisher," after doing the X-rays. And then my girlfriend gave me the very positive, uplifting line last night that, some people never figure out what their back problems are and have to live with them for the rest of their lives. And I'm like, oh yeah,
Thank you.
That sounds like lazy doctoring.
Yeah, I was like, oh, nice. And she gave me a story of someone she knew that she had a surgery. She had electric pulse thing implanted into her back, so that way she could control the back spasms, and that was only to moderate it. She still had the problems, and they couldn't.
Good Lord.
Have you ever had?
Sounds miserable.
Have you ever had a back spasm? Either of you?
I think that's what I'm going through right now.
Oh my God! It is I think back spasms are one of the most painful and most annoying things I've ever felt with. I had my first one in 7th grade.
Ooh.
I was going for real. I was going to shoot a jump shot, and as soon as I went up, and everything just froze. And it was the worst.
You can't move.
I cried in front of all the girls. It was the worst. Seriously,
I was about to cry in front of my girl last night.
The principal and the guy that's out there at recess. I forget their name, like the campus security person. They had to like physically lift me up and carry me in the school because I couldn't walk. It was the most embarrassing thing.
You know what that
it was.
reminds me?
I don't regret it because that back spasm was a beast.
You know what that reminds me of? Because I literally just watched it last night. It was my lying in bed movie last night. There's Something About Mary.
Yes.
That's a great film.
And just like
I love
there's
you, Mary.
multiple moments
Always
throughout that
be
movie
true to
where
you.
Ben Stiller like gets hurt and like is embarrassed, but obviously the opening scene of that movie
When he hurts his back, or yeah,
is it the Frank or the Beans, son?
yeah.
Oh.
Frank said Bates. Frank said yeah. The
Why
brother
you
was
get
the
the
best
beans
part.
above the Frank?
Yeah, the brother was the best part in that movie. Warren. Yeah, he was awesome.
Dude, Matt Dillon in that movie too, the investigator who goes
my
down
God.
tonight.
And they all want to bleep Mary. It's just
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
mean,
investigator.
So yeah, I was laid up last night watching TV in the bedroom for like 4 straight hours. 'cause
Yeah,
I
you
just
can't
couldn't-
do
I
much.
couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
No.
you can't
And
do
it was just,
much.
It just crushed me.
Well, yeah. I like the fact that you went and got at least an accessory for your back to make sure.
Oh,
you-
I took this from the girlfriend. Yeah, she.
Okay.
I was using it at her house last night, and I asked her this morning. I'm like, "Dude, can I take that home with me?" And she's like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, you
and
have
then
to sit upright
and then
for
I
2
got
hours.
here, and I'm like, "Whoa. I know what I can use this thing right now." Yeah, it's not good. I did pull this drop though.
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Backiotomy?
Yeah, that's a great line.
It's
One of
a
my
fun-
favorite
that's a
lines
good
ever.
quote.
Help!
Lord, if you listening, help.
Help!
Sir, smoke a lot.
Oh, I think what is it? I got another drop too because of something that's happening tonight and this weekend in multiple instances. We have multiple game 7s, so we have
Last game of the year, Brent. Can't hold anything back now.
Is it?
That's from Waterboy.
Isn't today Kentucky Derby?
it is Kentucky Derby
Yes.
Day. Yeah.
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 Okay.
You go get your mint julep or whatever, right?
Yeah, yes, I believe that is the
That is the drink of choice. They are
for
not.
Kentucky Derby.
They are not good.
I don't think I've had a mint julep.
They're not
before.
very good,
No,
bro.
no. I like whiskey though, so I mean, you know.
A
there's that.
mojito is better than a mint julep.
Yeah,
I don't think
probably.
that's
I don't
that
really
hot
like
of a take.
mojitos either, but those are definitely better than mint juleps.
Well, you got to see mojito. Really, if you make it like a margarita with crappy like simple syrup, it's gonna taste like ass. But if you
Mojitos
make
are
it-
only good like
from
in the
scratch, it's
sun
amazing.
somewhere. Like, I mean, you just can't be on a random night in February.
Cold wintry night in
Yeah,
December.
I'm just like, man, give me a
Let's get a
mojito.
mojito.
Yeah.
No, definitely there are drinks that are obviously fit for
Reserved, I think.
seasons, geographical areas, temperatures, you know. Like
Yeah.
again, you're not drinking a hot toddy in the middle of July and
No.
you know, and
No.
it's 90 out.
I think we
No.
all have one golf bro friend that drinks transfusions year round. Because I knew a buddy that like at Christmas would be drinking
So good.
transfusions. Like yes, it's just like okay, get the clubs.
Dude,
it's
I-
December, no one cares.
I will say though the Paper Plane, while a little bit more on the citrusy, fresher side, more of a summery drink.
It goes everywhere.
It's year round.
It's-
for
yeah,
me.
there are certain drinks that are just going to be good no matter. I think the only type of really fruity type of mixed drink, cold drink that's good for year round is probably something like a margarita. And even that is like, man, that's almost reserved for like Mexican places.
Are there
It's
any
almost Cinco de
Kentucky?
Mayo.
You know, seriously, yeah, almost single, which is my birthday. I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
It
but-
is. Yeah, I
Yes,
saw
it
this.
is.
I saw
Yeah.
the email. Muy buen. Muy
There's an
buen.
email?
There's an email that goes out that
Little
says
company.
everyone's birthday
Oh, well, that's awesome.
and
their
their
anniversary.
and
Throw
their
me a
work
big,
anniversary.
throw me a big party on the waterfront and everything. You should
believe-
check it out.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
not the Cinco de Mayo festival. That's the Taylor de Rashad.
There
festival.
that is. There it is. It's one and the same.
What's Rashad in Spanish? Is it just Rashad?
I think it is.
I think it is.
not
yeah.
Rashad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rashadio.
Yeah, I don't think it. I don't know if it's. I don't know. Actually, that's a great question. I'm gonna ask my son's Spanish teacher. Like,
I don't think it.
I don't think
Yeah,
there's a
it's
translation
probably-
for it though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rashad, is there like a flip on
probably
the
the rolly. I just want to know how they roll the R to say it.
Rashad.
Yeah,
But it's
That'd be
it's good to be here. You know, got a nice little sports weekend ahead of us. Some game 7s. We've had some fun plays. Giving you the heads up now. Heavy on the NBA today.
really.
Yeah, shocker. I know.
We're not going to talk Kentucky Derby and
Well, I was actually going to ask if there was
who
any
shot John or whoever's in the.
who shot John.
I don't know. That's it's probably one of the horses' names.
Oh, I see what you're saying there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we can go through.
How
the
do we
names.
get? No, we don't. The names would probably be the best part because as much as I love Kentucky Derby, and I've always wanted to have a Kentucky Derby party for my birthday, just
Oh, yeah.
because it's the first weekend of May. That's always
Well, it's
you know,
got to. I mean, yeah, it's got to match up at some point. It's
really
the first Saturday.
no, it
in
has.
May,
There's
yeah.
some days it actually has
May
been
5th,
May
yeah.
5th and stuff. So that's been the
The
Kentucky
math
Derby.
is mathing on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but this year my birthday's on Taco Tuesday on Cinco de Mayo. Like, I mean,
Taco Tuesday.
It's not a bad.
You know, LeBron James invented that.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, Taco
That's
Tuesday.
what I heard.
No one had ever come up with that before.
What a jackass to
LeBron
try
James.
to trademark that. Like, I mean, something that's been around for I don't know how long Taco Tuesday's been around. Probably the 80s or something like that.
I think
but
since the dawn of man,
quite
since the
possibly.
caveman. The caveman, they were grunting and everything, but when it came to Tuesdays, they knew how to say taco.
Yeah, and so LeBron wanted to make sure that he was the one to let everybody know that, you know, I did this. You
The
know, this is mine.
cavemen actually invented white people taco night with the the traditional shell.
Yeah.
And
Long before the
ground
Mexicans were ever
beef
culturally
and-
appropriate.
Yeah.
Sour cream from the grocery store. Yeah,
Here are the horse names. We got Renegade.
that's a good one.
Okay.
See, I like
That's
the,
cool.
I like the longer ones. It is a cool, intimidating name, but I like the long horse.
Like
names.
Joe sits at a table. That is a horse name.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the full name, Joe.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We got Albus Intrepido,
I like Albus.
Litmus Test. Love that.
like that.
Right to Party.
Okay, come on.
That's the one.
come on.
That's the one.
We got Commandment Dannon Bourbon, which I believe that horse is from Japan. I think there's 2 horses in this race from Japan.
We have Japanese jockeys now.
I think it's either the horses or the jockeys.
That's
from
awesome.
anywhere.
That's
I'll
awesome.
check my sources. You also got So Happy. The Puma actually withdrew from the event with I believe a sore and or inflamed leg. The poor horse.
Oh,
Guess
Go
we got to
shoot
put
it.
it down.
Yeah, I was gonna say so. That's probably
Jeez.
it for
See,
the Puma.
there-
We don't give horses any time to heal, get better.
We also got Wonder Dean, which is another Japanese horse and or jockey. Incredible Chief Wallaby Potente Emerging Market. That's a good horse.
That's
name.
another one.
Pavlovian 6-Speed Further Ado. That's another good horse name. Golden Tempo Great White and Ocelli. I feel like horse names for racing have to be like the emerging market, right to party, like that. If you have like a horse just at your farm that you're feeding and, he's just running around, name him, I don't know, Buttercup or Sugar Cube or something
Yeah.
like that, Paul, something, simple. But I feel like the racing names need to be like the
They have to be.
sentences.
They have to be cool.
Yeah. I just feel like I like the long ones. That's where I feel like those are funny.
Yeah. I got to think of what my horse name would be.
Taylor Day Rashad.
Yeah, I like that.
No, I don't know. It's got to be something cooler.
Well, if you're going to a Kentucky Derby party,
Rashad is a Blazers fan. That's a good horse name.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
Rashad
great
is a
one. Not today.
Rashad is a Blazers honk.
Threw all that stuff away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they gave these dish towels away or face towels or whatever it was.
Oh my
at the game.
God! Can we stop with that controversy?
I threw that. I left that crap there. Don't give me this.
You guys
Whoa.
are wussies. I kept my Mariners rally towel from the one of 2 playoff appearances we've had since 2001. I travel with it. It's literally in my bag right now.
No, I'm not doing. I don't want that. I don't want that. Considering how that game went and,
Dude,
and
a
ended,
towel? A towel, multi-purpose, man.
No, I don't want this towel. Y'all can keep
You could
this
dry
here.
up so many things with
Y'all
that.
keep this here. I'm good.
Dude, I just have like random rags like in a cabinet somewhere where if you just got to clean up a mess.
That's what it'd have been.
If you got to clean up a mess not reserved for dish and or bath
Gonna
towels, then
clean
you
up
got
some messes.
That's when the Blazers towel comes into
Yeah,
play.
I don't want that. I don't want that anywhere near me. Keep that juju right there in the Moda Center.
I think Shaden likes his Blazers towel.
I think he loves it.
Did he
I
get
think
one?
He sleeps with it.
Did he get it?
I don't think Shaden loves anything Portland Trailblazers right now, but
Do the players get the towels?
I think they get
Probably.
like a pallet of them.
The commemorative towels?
Take as many as you want, guys.
How much do those cost to make? Like 2 cents?
12. Oh my gosh.
I mean, a nickel.
So the T-shirts situation.
Oh, see,
So I actually went to go get a shirt because there was the
that
company
company
that
that- yeah.
gave away.
Portland gear, yeah.
They made 200 T-shirts.
Yeah, that was it.
wait,
Like,
what?
200 T-shirts.
That was it.
Hold on.
And mind you, it's a great idea for them to kind of do that and everything like that.
Well, it
but
got
I
a good
mean,
pub, but yeah, when I read it, there was like, but they're only making 200. I'm like, well, that's not 20.
they announce that?
so one every 100 people that was going, and then you kind of had to have like all the people that were going like there to get them. Like if you had tickets and you said, "Oh, I got 4."
I don't
That's
think-
literally 1% of the Moda Center that could get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, from the Twitter link to the article that I read, because there was a headline that's like Blazers do get T-shirts or fans get T-shirts. Then they said like we want to. It wasn't like exact but something about covering the Moda back in t-shirts, and it's like you implicated that it was going to be like a 20,000 freaking t-shirt giveaway.
yeah.
I mean, shout out to y'all for making the shirts, but I mean,
When I saw the 200, I was like, oh,
like,
right.
oh,
well,
you know,
that's.
I pulled up and there was a line like around the corner. I was like, yeah, all right,
Yeah, I'm
we're
not getting
good.
one of these.
We're
Can
good.
we go give them a 1-star on
Yeah.
Yelp?
No, I mean, I'm not gonna do that because they did it and they give some stuff away for free. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like you bought like a miniature thing of like guacamole to the party, and like
That's
you,
like
you didn't
dollar
make
beer
you didn't
night.
make a much bigger thing of it, a trough of it. You made just this small little batch.
Well, Jordan, I'll tell you this. There's other reasons why you should probably give that company 1 star, but that's a whole nother issue that we can talk about later. I can
Let's
fill
do
you
it.
in on that. All
right.
But I think we got a Blazer season to talk about. We're going to go games 1 through 88. Every
Ooh,
single game.
that could be fun.
over the next 2 hours here.
That could be fun.
What would that be?
Like a minute and a
Yeah, and we don't
10
even
seconds
have
per
2
game.
hours. Like we technically
we
have
don't.
an hour and a half with breaks. So
it would be about a minute per game, I think, because each hour is about 40-some minutes.
it would literally be like 1
Yeah,
minute.
1 minute per
Yeah.
game.
1 minute breakdown
Yeah,
per
I think
game.
we could do that.
Between the three of us, so we each get about 20 seconds per game.
I think we could do that. Yeah. Some games aren't worth talking about. Utah, we can move on. You know.
Rapid fire on these on the
Yeah.
season.
Sucked. Great. Awesome. Game 2.
No, this first hour, just breaking down the Blazers season. We're going to start with the playoff series, the most recent thing we experienced. Then talk about the season as a whole, and then at the end of the hour, the off season that faces the franchise. Next hour, get into a little bit more of just playoff talk because we got some great series. We got some series that are set in the West, and then it's been a couple weeks since you've been in, so we need to talk about your boy Mike up there in New England. Because there's been some updates to that story, so I gotta get Rashad's
Jeez, can't-
Mike.
I gotta
Jeez
check
Louise.
I gotta check Rashad's pulse on.
My guys, man. My guys up there in New England. There's something in the water, man, that makes people crazy up there.
All right, let's get into it. Blazers, their season has come to an end after a 5-game series with the San Antonio Spurs, where they lose 4-1. We talk about that next here, Sports Saturday, Fan Sports Network.
They call this one
Gotta drop a Mike Vrabel.
That Chappelle.
Help!
Every time.
Help! Please bring it back, Dave. Please bring back the show.
So, have you heard that he is in talks with Eddie Murphy to bring back Chappelle's show?
No.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Please bring back the show.
Oh, I
Please
didn't hear
bring
that.
back.
I think he's trying to
serious.
get Eddie Murphy to do consulting because there's no better character actor, for the most part, than Eddie Murphy. So
I wanted to get a drop of. He's a habitual line stepper.
habitual line stepper. Yeah.
He would cross the line habitually.
We need a Laverius Jasquarius 2.0. That's what we need.
Well, Blazers. Let's get to it. They fell to the San Antonio Spurs in 5 games. There was some hope. Classic Blazers hope. There after the second game, Wemby goes out with a concussion. You win game 1. You're heading into last Friday. You're feeling good. You're like, wow, could they do this? Could they pull this off? And I said it to Jordan even last week because, we came in the next day after that Blazers game, and I think it was halfway through the third. I sat there and I'm like, I think they might be doing this. And then it completely fell apart from that point. It completely fell apart in game 4. And then we saw what happened in game 5. Again, I really want to try and just isolate the series away from the season.
Okay.
So let's try and keep that in mind. The series played out just about how I expected. Thought it was going to be a 5-game series. Thought the Blazers were going to compete. Thought that there was going to be one close game in there, which I felt like was kind of game 1, keeping them at arm's length for the most part in that one. The thing that really surprised me in this was the game 3, game 4 collapses in the second half. It was just those both were very jarring, and you want to talk about having PTSD flashbacks to Warriors series. Not just that Western Conference, but it seemed like every time
they played the
Warriors, they were up in every single game for like 85% of the series until it mattered. So, you want to talk about just like a sensitive subject for Blazer fans, blowing leads in the playoffs. That is what makes it painful. I think and we've talked about this in sports before, like, whoa, would you rather get blown out or lose close? It's like those ones are tough. If they lose 4-1 in this series and games 3 and 4 are 20-point victories for San Antonio, but they're in control the entire time, then you leave that series. You're like, that team is just better than us, plain and simple.
Yeah,
and they are.
No, that's pretty easy to say.
But when you have those leads like you do in games 3 and game 4, that's where you start playing the what if, what could have been, how did we let this slip out of our hands? You were there with a 1-1, almost a 2-1 lead with a game 4 in Portland that next Sunday.
Yeah,
that would have been. It would have been a huge opportunity. After they lost that game on Friday, I was like, Sunday's a must win, and then they did the same thing, and I was like, that's a wrap.
And that was your shot. If we're being honest, game 3 was your opportunity to really make a statement and really gain a lot of confidence and take control of that series. You've already did your job in winning one in San Antonio. That's the tough part, right? For games 1 and 2, you stole one at San Antonio. Now you come home, no Wemby. The rim is wide open. You can get to the rim or seemingly whenever you need to for the most part. And I swear, being in that game, watching this team play for 3 quarters, there was nothing in my head that said we're going to lose this game. Everything in my head saying the way they're playing right now, the way the defense is playing, the way this crowd, which is, playoffs in the Moto.
Dude,
it was
you can
insane.
feel the vibes. Like I said, in my mind, I was just like, dude, I think this.
It was insane. Like to be in there and listen to that crowd, and they brought the fire back. They always do during the playoffs, but there was no doubt in my mind the Blazers were going to win this game. And then the small run started happening like midway through the third, and then all of a sudden it was like, what's happening? The Blazers can't make a shot. This is the biggest thing for them down the stretch in the playoffs. They weren't able to make shots once San Antonio was able to go on a run. So here's an 8-point run, timeout. And let's come back, and there we score 2, and then San Antonio scores 12, timeout. And by then they're up 7, and you're like, okay, here's where we come back. shout out to the Motor crowd because they stuck with them until the last whistle. Like, I mean, even though they were down 15, there's no chance of coming back, barring like 6 threes in a row and a bunch of steals. But they stayed in it. But that team they kind of, I don't want to say they gave up, but there was a part of it was like, yeah, we're done. We're cooked. Like, once they had that run go on them at the end of the third, they were like, yeah, we're cooked.
Blazers had no fight in them.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Like,
well, they had some fight in them in Game 5.
No, I mean, at that point of the game, Rashad's talking about, it just looked like, okay, the win has been taken away.
Even Game 4 when Wemby came back, it was like the Spurs weren't in control of that game the whole time. And magically, they're the only team in playoff history to lead by 15 and lose the game by 15. Like, when does that happen?
Yeah, lead by 15 or more at half.
Yeah, and then lose
like
that's and those leads, those tricked leads, are something we'll talk about later. But it was just really, really sad to see, like, at a point the team, Denny was completely out of his element, like, in the playoffs. He had that first couple of great games. Obviously, the game against Phoenix that got them in, and then Game 1 he played really well. Game 2 he played okay, but the Blazers won. And then from there, from Game 2 to Game 5, or Game 3 to Game 5, Denny was almost he was ineffective for me. Like Game 5 he was better. He scored the most, I guess. But Scoot had completely fallen off, so we got to give some praise, but also some blame to Scoot because you can't put up donuts.
Well, Jordan, we were sitting here on Saturday, and what did I do? I gave you the grace because we were like, dude, Scoot is balling out. He's looking great in this series.
Yeah.
This makes you want reassurance for bring him back next year. And then you were like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. And I'm like, he's looked great, but let's just Scoot that can go the complete opposite end. And sure enough, what did he do the very next game?
Exactly. Well, and I talked about
basically Game 5 too, just irrelevant the last 2 games.
I talked about hopefully making him a trade piece as well. Like these Game 1 and 2, decent performances from him in Game 1, and then 2 was way, way good. So like he showed us something, but it wasn't just him. Like, so I can't just bag on Scoot in particular. Matisse didn't show up and shoot the rock. Toumani Camara, who's had
Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, well, Jeremy Grant, like after the first game, could not hit anything. Toumani Camara, who's had great games all season, hitting a couple of threes pretty much each time out, along with his defense, he couldn't hit anything. Donovan Clingan was offering nothing.
Shaden couldn't get on the floor.
Shaden, you know what? I'm sick of his whole demeanor thing. Everyone's like, oh, he's just quiet. You know what? I'm sick of Blazers like teams filled with quiet killers. No, give me a hard-ass killer. Did Denny look a little ridiculous out there? Yes, but he was angry. And honestly, I didn't think the rest of the team was up to the level like him, and I think that was
Denny was ready.
Yeah,
Denny
part
came
of the
ready
reason
to
why
play.
They gave up leads.
Yeah, I've always said Shaden Sharp is the John Legend of the NBA. There's no real expression on his face, and then John Legend will sing this amazing song, and then thank you. Like it didn't happen.
I'm making $19 million a year.
Shaden Sharp will scream after a huge dunk, and go right back down the floor, and like nothing happened. I would like to see more from him, but in this playoff run, he just didn't offer the Blazers a lot. And shout out to Denny because, like you said, he played angry, but I think that was also his detriment.
Not good.
He played angry, and he was really trying to get it Castle and really trying to get in his head, and they had their whole back and forth a lot of time. We'll say this, man, Denny ain't no bitch, man. We'll say that, man. That's number one. That he's not going to run from smoke, and he's with it all, But I think you need your player to kind of your best player, and this is first time in the playoffs, so this is a learning curve for everybody. Everybody is going to have, and for San Antonio as well. Like this is their first time in the playoffs too. So we'll see how they
learned
respond.
quick.
They learned quick, and I think the Blazers were a great kind of warm up for them to be able to kind of get things going. I think they're going to have I want to say a much easier time with Minnesota, considering all the injuries they have. I think they're going to pretty much run over them.
So I tweeted this out the other day during Game 5 because the first half of Game 5 was just an atrocity, right? That just started.
I stopped watching.
I did too.
I didn't watch that. I'm good. Game's over.
So between the second half of Game 3, when the Spurs went on their run to steal that one, between the second half of Game 3, all of Game 4, in the first half of Game 5, so 8 quarters, essentially 2 games right there, the Blazers were outscored by the Spurs 240 to 181.
Oh.
Essentially an average of 120 to 90 over those 2 games. over those 8 quarters, I should say.
And that'll happen again when Drew Holiday and Jeremy Grant combine for 14 points in Game 3, and you get nothing from your big man and Donovan Clingan outside of maybe a big shot at the beginning, but nothing else from there. Like, yeah, you're not going to – and everybody on San Antonio played well, unfortunately. Is it Champagne or Champagne?
Champagne.
It's
That's what I thought. Everybody keeps
The
getting it
reason
wrong.
I know that is because his older brother played at Pitt for a little bit.
yeah,
Justin
that's what-
Champagne.
Yeah, so Champagne had a great season, or great series, and he was hitting from everywhere behind the arc. Man, obviously De'Aaron Fox showed up when he needed to. Maybe have great games every time, but when you needed him to have a big game, like he did in Game 3, he was able to kind of come through for you. Cornette. Like, what the hell, man? This is a part where if Donovan Clingan, this is where the disappointment kind of came in a little bit, because you're supposed to dominate this dude. There's no way that you can play the way you've played all season, and you get here against. And Cornette is not a bad defender.
Spurs are 20-5 with Cornette.
With Cornette,
starting
yeah, he's
in
not
place
a
of Wemby,
bad
this
defender. But
season.
again, Donovan Clingan, you got to do that, bro.
All right, let's take a break, and let's jump over to the regular season. Of course, we'll play the whole, was it a successful season? But I just want to look at the season as a whole because, yeah, I think that there is a lot of variables, a lot of factors that come into play here into whether we think this was a good season or not. So we will do that next. You're free to chime into the show as well. 503-864-6326 is the text line, or on the YouTube chat. So, yeah, you can do that if you want to. But we will take a quick break. And Jordan Schultz, you better give me a SportsCenter update right now.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a SportsCenter update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Gotcha. First on the Fan, the Portland Timbers in action against Real Salt Lake this afternoon right here on the Fan Sports Network. Stick around. Coverage getting going at 12:45, and game time is set for 1:45. Can be watched, of course, on Apple TV. Over to the NBA, you got one Game 7 set for tonight. It's in the Eastern Conference. 4:30 tip between the Celtics and Sixers on NBC and Peacock. Boston, the home team, favored by 8.5 in that one right now. And on the diamond, the Seattle Mariners losing a heartbreaker to the Kansas City Royals last night, 7-6. The final due to some late success by Kansas City. Trying to get back at it to even the series today. 6:40 p.m. first pitch on Root Sports. Or no, not Root Sports. Mariners.tv. Of course, the new version of Root, but basically on all the same channels it was last year. Emerson Hancock v. Seth Lugo on the bump for that matchup tonight. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson.
Blazers season officially over as of last Tuesday? Was that Tuesday that game was?
That was Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday. Yeah, the Blazers could have used a lot of help. Sorry.
A whole bunch of it.
I'm sorry.
You could have got out there and played.
Probably. Actually,
Could you get a 3?
I probably could have gotten some minutes in the game 6 of the Hawks-Knicks. I mean,
Probably.
throw me in. Doesn't matter. You're losing by 50. Let me get some run. It's all right. All right. Blazers season as a whole. Should we? What do we want to do? Do we want to do grades? Do we want to do successful or not? Do we just want to go and rant and ramble about the season and give your wax poetic about if you think it was good or not? I mean, this season was really unlike any other. Let's just also preface that, right? Just because of the circumstances at the very beginning of your coach getting arrested by the FBI and you having to have an interim coach. And I don't know if you heard what Matisse Thybulle said about that situation. Matisse Thybulle had a really great quote about how, late in the shot clock, there's an expression called a grenade. If you're late in the shot clock and you don't have a shot, so you toss it to someone real quick so that way they can just throw a shot up before the shot clock violation. That's called a grenade. Matisse Thybulle was like, that's essentially what happened to Thiago, is he was thrown a grenade last minute, and he had to learn on the fly. And Matisse Thybulle, he's been in the league a while. He gave him a ringing endorsement. And so outside of that, we can get into that in the offseason part of it. But I think with the circumstances at the very beginning, I'm sure initially a thought creeped into my head of being like, oh boy, this season's going to be an absolute effing mess. Right as Blazer fans, when you see that headline come out, first game, you're just like, oh dear God. But here they are, a playoff team over 500 with all these injuries being one of the most injured teams, stats about minutes missed from starters and overall players, not having the full complement of guys until the last 2 weeks. And this is what you did? It's pretty impressive, man. It's pretty impressive. I'm not going to go out and be like, what a great season. But again, with all circumstances, pretty impressive season.
I'll say, giving the circumstances, I think it was a great season. For all things considered, you had more than making the playoffs, because sans play-in, they would have been the 8th seed, right? They would have been the 9th seed technically, but, that's still better than they were last year, which was 13th, so they were right there on the cusp, but they did make the play-in. So you did make the playoffs. You did win a game in the playoffs. You had your big moment. Your best player became an all-star, without Damian Lillard, the first all-star you've had. CJ McCollum was really good here for a long time. Never made an all-star game as a Trailblazer. I still don't think CJ's ever been an all-star in the NBA. No. And here Denny is in his first real year as being the starter and the guy, and he had games where he gave you triple-doubles, double-doubles, everything else. So you found your star, or at least seemingly it looks like you found your star there. Toumani Camara continues to grow as one of the best defenders in the league and somebody who's kind of grown into a 3-and-D guy for the Blazers. Not so much in the playoffs, but we think that he'll get back there at some point. You got Drew Holiday on your team. That's something. I remember when we got Carmelo and the feeling that we had then. Now, mind you, Carmelo is a much bigger star than Drew Holiday, is. But Drew Holiday is a champion. Drew Holiday is a leader, and he's the type of guy. He's an Andre Miller, type of guard that you can put in any situation. He's going to make your team that much better. And you look how he's got some of these young guys playing. So I think there's a lot of things to look at for this Blazer team to say, man, good job, because y'all weren't really supposed to be here. And then you got a chance to go to the playoffs and win a game despite not having a full-time coach and despite getting a new owner who's seemingly trying to do everything he can to make your franchise look like it's semi-pro, like he's Jackie Moon trying to save money for something. But this is it's a great season for this team to have because nobody expected us to be here. And here we are, talking about next year and how they can get better. I've always said I'm looking at this Blazer squad and they can be on an Oklahoma City type of rise, get close to the playoffs, make the playoffs and the play-in. The next year you have great games. There's 9 to 10 games, I think, this year the Blazers had double-digit leads going into the fourth and lost. If they can fix that up, they don't lose those 9 games. This Blazers team this year is a 6 seed. They have a better record than Minnesota if they don't blow those games in the fourth quarter or whatever. So I think there's a lot to learn from. There's a lot to look at and say that you kind of like and you can build on. So that's kind of how I feel about the season overall. Yes, there's a lot of disappointment. Playoffs leaves a bad taste in your mouth after a loss, but otherwise, I thought this was a really good season for this team.
What I will also say is that the way the season ended, I didn't anticipate, man. I didn't think they were going to be beating the Clippers back-to-back times in those games at the end of the year. Playing the Suns, didn't think they were going to beat them in that game, in the 7-8 game. Like, I thought with about a month left in the season where things were headed, I was like, man, they're going to get in that 9-10 game, and they're going to have to play a Warriors team with Steph Curry, and he's going to go off, and then, boom, Blazer season's over.
Yeah.
That's where I thought it was heading. So it's extremely hard as professional athletes to just turn it off and go 1-2-3 Cancun. It does happen, but this Blazers team they were determined to not do that up until the very last game of the year, and I appreciate the fight. I appreciate the competitiveness under all the circumstances of this season. With that being said, they've got some things to change and clean up and major questions, obviously, one being GM, one being head coach, and then from that point, everything else trickles down. So,
StatMuse, I know we have to break, but StatMuse says overall team struggle with consistency, also recording 16 blown fourth quarter leads. Mm-hmm. So let's just say this.
The Blazers.
Yeah. Let's just say they win half.
That's why when they came back against I think it was the Clippers or the Suns, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So let's just say they win half of those games. That's 50 wins on the season. Let's say they don't blow any of those leads. That's 58 games that this team wins this season if they just can hold a fourth quarter lead. So the talent is clearly there, right? Now, they won't win all those games. They're going to blow some leads. But they win 10 of those games, 52 wins. So there are some things to fix, and the talent's clearly there.
Well, and to that point, that was a big contentious point about this team is their end-of-game strategy, being able to close games. Who's the closer? Can Denny close the games? And Dame said in the exit interviews is like, we got to knock some shots down for Denny because he creates a lot of opportunities driving downhill to kick it out. And thank God Dame's coming back next year because if you want to rely on someone being able to do that, that's one guy, yeah. Outside of that on the roster, on a kick-out 3, who are you really like – once they put it up, you're like, all right, that's going in.
Before the playoffs, Tamani was like, all right. The corner 3, Jeremy Grant was like, all right. But now it's like,
yeah,
we'll see.
Really quickly before we go to break, that was kind of the story of the Blazers season. Wins involved good three-point shooting. Specifically, the three-point line was a point of struggle probably going back to the last couple of seasons for Portland. They've always been a great three-point shooting team, but since Dame left, it's just gotten significantly worse. And in the playoffs, that got significantly exposed. And you can't go... I mean, what was it, the first 15, 16 games of the season when they were shooting well and they were holding on to those leads because it was a consistent effort throughout, and I don't like to use the word consistency. I like to use the word good because these are professional athletes. So if you're being consistent, you're being good. That's what you're paid to do. If not, you're bad. So not consistent, bad. And that's what the Blazers ended up doing throughout the season. And some of those leads you're talking about, Rashad, they were against some really bad teams that they gave up too. So yeah, you get, okay, they were, up by 9 at the fourth quarter against the Thunder. They're going to lose that one most likely. But down the stretch, I heard Dirt and Sprague talking about this earlier this week. You go look at the end of their season, guys, post All-Star break, outside of a couple of teams, it was a pretty easy schedule.
Dude, I've been saying this that
you have.
After when they beat the Clippers, I was like, that's their best win since Houston in early January.
Yeah, but like back-to-back Houston wins.
Yeah,
to your point,
legitimately.
To your point of being proud of like them beating, the Suns in the play-in, like, yeah, that's definitely an accomplishment, Joe. But to push back on that just a little bit, look at how ass Phoenix looked against Oklahoma City.
Oh, and I was just saying,
everybody's gonna look ass against Oklahoma City though.
Well, and also,
respectfully,
I get it. It just shows you that you're exactly on the playing field that you are.
Okay.
With the Suns, like them beating the Suns, I was surprised on that. But yeah, them winning and nothing changed as far as like, well, now that they beat the Suns, I think they got a real chance to beat the Spurs. It's like, no. Or
I think some idiot Blazers fans thought that, which is crazy.
No, what happened to the Suns against the Thunder was going to happen to the Blazers against the Thunder as well. And the reason that playing game was so close is because those teams are so evenly matched. But again, I thought the Suns were going to win it. So the fact that the Blazers did pull that out, because they don't beat teams better than them. They just don't. Like, that was their record against playoff teams above 500. It wasn't good this year. So, again, the way that the season finished, them getting those last few wins against the Clippers, against the Suns to get to the playoffs, and then just putting up a fight against San Antonio. Again, game 3s and game 4s, it's just they just ripped your souls out. But the way that the season finished was one of those, like, Rashad texted me after the play-in game, I'm pretty sure. He's like, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? I'm like, you know what? Yes. That was fun.
Cool. It was
cool. That was fun.
It was much more fun than I thought it would be.
Having Blazers playoff basketball back, that was fun. I enjoyed it. Having a buzz around the city, even though it kind of felt like everybody was like, yeah, Blazers playoffs. Probably losing in like 4 or 5 games, but yeah.
It was a party you had to go to. Like, that was the cool part. Like, it was a party and everybody was invited.
So yeah, I mean, I wanted to find this as far as team stats go, because I think I've been hearing over the last few days that the Blazers this season had the most the third most 3-point attempts in the league. Yes, third most 3-point attempts in the league, but they had the 28th best 3-point shooting. In the league. This regular season.
You gotta see, that might be where Tiago's inexperience comes into play a little bit. I'm not trying to knock the guy, but I think it's hard for a coach taking over to transition an offense from what they're not doing well to something they are.
Well, and it is very confusing. Like, coming into this year, everyone and their grandma that paid attention to the Blazers was like, well, they're going to need shooting. They're going to need shooting. Who's going to shoot? Who's going to make threes? Who's going to shoot? And then they come into the season, they're like, hey, I know we didn't really get any shooting, but how about we take a bunch of threes this year? It's like, well,
that's a brilliant idea.
You're going to be one of the worst at making them. Like, who cares? Let's just keep
kind of miss Simon's shooting now, but I mean, it's one of those things.
Let's just keep chucking up threes.
A lot of jacking right now.
A lot of it.
A lot of
that. So that is the Blazers season. Let's go to the off season, because a lot of questions. Again, it's the trickle down effect. Start with the GM. Granted, Joe in his exit interviews, not Joe Dundon. Wow, I combined the two there. Joe Cronin. He kind of seemed like a man that was confident that he is going to have an offseason to do things.
He knows something.
I feel like he is like, I think I'm good here. I think I'm good. But let's take a break. Let's talk about it. Future for Cronin. The future for Tiago Splitter. The future for the players on this team. Next, here on Sports Saturday.
Portland Perks. Looking for some...
Welcome back. Sports Saturday. First Sports Saturday of May.
Yes, indeed. I love this is a good time. You know, this is usually a nice little party day. You got a good
birthday month. I was just lamenting with someone the other day. because I believe I was at like the grocery store. They needed my ID, and so they saw my birthday, January 30th, and they're like, "Oh, hey, January 31st." I'm like, "Hey, Aquarius, let's go, baby." And then I started telling them, like, "Yeah, but my birthday kind of sucks." Or our birthday, January 30th and 31st. It's like it's a month after the holidays.
There's a fatigue factor.
There's a celebration fatigue,
and Valentine's is coming up, right? So if you have a person,
yeah,
right around the corner.
So the last thing people want to hear on January 23rd, 24th, 25th, or see is a text or call from me. How are you celebrating me this year? It's not good timing.
Hey, throwing a party. Come on by. Like, no.
Yeah, no. I think I have learned over the years that it's just people are not in party mood at the end of January. It's just not.
Yeah, you need a time to kind of.
Well, actually, my 19th birthday, that was a pretty fun night. I will say that. Went to the Golden Dragon downtown.
Oh,
you know the Golden
yeah,
Dragon.
I know the Golden Dragon.
You know the
I know
Golden
the
Dragon.
Golden Dragon, man. Yeah, that's awesome. No, the young birthdays are always the best. Like honestly, I can't really tell you what 24, 25, 26 what I did there, but I can tell you exactly what I did for 18, 19, 20.
I've told the story on air on Dirt and Sprague. This was a long time ago. I told the story of my 19th birthday, but yeah, it was at the Golden Dragon. And the ladies, the entertainers, they like to play little games on people's birthday, a little playful little paddle, Let's do 20 paddles. 1, 2.
Joe's like harder.
Oh, God.
Do it more.
Well, they brought me up for my 19th, so they wanted to give me 19 belt whippings.
Uh-huh.
Those were not playful whippings at all.
They're not supposed to be, sir.
I think they were like, oh, we are going to ruin this kid. 19? Oh, he's about to learn something today. There was probably some veterans working that night. Some veteran ladies. They're like, oh, this.
Got a cigarette hanging out and lip like, yeah.
Come here, boy.
Move over, ladies.
Lay over my knee.
He hasn't learned about the world yet.
I'm going to rock your world.
Oh, my God.
And, yeah, they just absolutely tattered me for 19 times. Just.
Did you, leave immediately after that?
No, he asked for more. This weirdo over here. Yeah.
No,
guarantee he did. It's like,
definitely.
Definitely coming back next year.
Definitely. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah,
this was supposed to be a good time, and now I can't sit for a week because of what you've done to me.
That might be from that story.
Was that? That sounds
might
like,
be.
yeah.
You sound 19, so close enough.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
Thank you, Madam May.
No, I think I remember when I turned 18, we went to Jiggles.
Yes, the old
Jiggles.
I remember the morning one morning driving with my grandpa, and we take that exit. I'm like, Grandpa.
Yeah, the old gateway to Tualatin,
Yeah.
Jiggles.
Grandpa, what's Jiggles?
What is it, like a Bass Pro Shop now or something
Yes,
like that?
it's like a Cabela's
Yeah.
and like a
Used to
new
be-
seasons.
Yeah.
I think they closed the Cracker Barrel that was there. Was
They
it
did
Cracker
close
Barrel?
they closed the Cracker
Good.
Barrel.
They closed both in this area. I don't think
Based on the Cracker Barrel's food, it should have already been closed.
No.
It did not hit
It sucks.
with the Pacific Northwest.
No.
No.
But yeah, I asked my grandma, what's Jiggles? And he just told me it was a juice bar. And I'm like,
Well, technically, he's not wrong.
Jiggles juice, but yeah, I guess in one way.
It's
at
not
my
wrong.
age, I'm like, what are we doing? Let's go.
Yeah.
Can we go to the juice bar?
Juice
They
bar.
sell milk.
Yeah, I don't think he thought that one out. He's like, oh, they have the best juices.
Jiggles juice.
Yeah,
Jiggles juice.
Jiggles juice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people listening is like, yep, my 18th birthday, my 19th birthday.
It was a
Jiggles
rite
is
of
where we
passage.
went. Yeah, it was just kind of one of those things. There's this lady named Matches.
Matches.
She would put matches in her,
Okay.
No,
And her up tops,
we're not
and-
gonna-
Okay.
No.
I swear, yeah, and light them on fire.
Yeah, it is.
It's lit. It was lit. Yeah. We're sitting there drinking Coca-Cola, trying to look cool. It's like, yeah, this is...
Yeah, going to a strip club and
Glass
not being
bottle.
able
Because
to
there's a
drink.
2-drink minimum at that point. So
Well, and you're 18, so you're nervous as hell.
Yeah.
You've been somewhere where you've never been before.
Do I put $1 down? Or?
yeah, all these old perverts looking at us like, look at these guys. What are they doing here?
Yeah, these are rookie perverts.
Yeah.
They haven't even been turned down yet to feel any of that. What do you think you are? I am. Get out of my space.
Wow. Didn't know we'd be going down the road of a Jiggle segment right there.
Man, man. Shout out. Let us know your Jiggle stories.
No, I remember the mayor of Tualatin when they knocked that down. He was so happy. He's like, no longer will the gateway of Tualatin be a strip club.
I don't know. I thought it
It's
was pretty funny.
disappointing. It was an institution. I only went once. What was funny, though, is I grew up in Tualatin. And
Like, man, I can't wait. One day.
one day,
One day.
you're mine. We would do these, like, parades for either, whatever, the Tualatin Crawfish Festival Parade, whatever they do. But the meetup point would always be in the parking lot of the Wendy's and Kmart right next to Jiggles.
Oh, yeah.
So, all these kids, we're all hanging out.
That's the kicking spot.
On a Saturday morning waiting for this parade, all lining up, or for some baseball, convention thing that we're all getting ready to do a parade for. I don't know, whatever. But we would all meet up in that parking lot, and we'd all kind of just look over across up the hill, up the parking lot there, and be like, what's going on up there?
I wonder what they're doing in there.
What is happening in that?
I never know what they're doing.
You never know what they're doing back there.
Jiggles, it sounds so fun. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, even as a kid, you hear something called Jiggles, you're like, oh, that's gotta be a bounce house place or something.
Sounds
It
like a
really
great time.
is. It's a good
It's
name.
a bounce house.
They did
for
well.
sure. It's for sure a bounce house.
Like Gypsy or Spice, as a kid, you don't really understand that. But like Jiggles, it gives you what does that mean?
Huh.
Like, it gives you some excitement.
Oh my god.
Gets you jiggling, so to speak.
Shout out to all the defunct strip clubs
These
out
are
there.
the type of
But specifically Jiggles.
these are the type of segments.
Exotica, the Xbox, because it was Exotica was the space, and then it was right next to the Jack in the Box, so we just called it the Xbox.
It was the spot.
That's
Get up
what-
Wasn't
Exotica,
there-
Go
remember
get yourself a
Jumbo Jack,
Jumbo
real
Jack.
quick.
It wasn't a strip club, but down on first, second, or third, there was that dance club that you could go, 16 and over. You remember that?
Oh, the Quest.
Before that, it was named something else.
No, it was the Quest, and then they named it something else.
I remember
Zone
going
or
to
something?
the Zone.
The
yeah.
Zone. Thank you.
The Zone.
I remember the hoop.
The Hoop.
Yeah.
Also. The Zone.
Yeah, seriously, no. I remember at 17, we had to get permission from my parents to drive up on a Saturday night to Portland from Salem, and we went to the Zone, and we all tried to dance with girls, and then came back home at 1. Really disappointed in what we did. I think at that age we thought going to the club meant we were gonna go get some girls, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, like
It's
the rap
not
videos.
Guaranteed.
That doesn't work like that.
No.
I'm very disappointed to see that I don't have Lil Jon and Ying Yang Twins. Because that
I'm not
song-
sure we need the.
That reminds me of middle school, high school dance.
Do you want to hear the cool part? The first time I heard that, I was at University of Oregon, just visiting some friends up there. My guy Tremaine, shout out to him. And again, just a big parking lot. Everybody's just kicking it, and somebody
Let
played
Out?
that song. Not even a let out. It was well before the event even started, and they played that song, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a smash." And then, literally, a week later, it was the biggest song in the world.
This is how old we are. The first time, and the last time I was at a parking lot party was the first time I heard the Soulja Boy hit.
You.
Yep. I was like, "What is this song?" I specifically remember hearing it.
The
for
creator of
yeah.
YouTube.
Yep.
What's the worst strip club song that you could record?
Worst strip club song?
Butterfly Kisses by that dude. Butterfly Kisses, bedtime prayer.
Sweet Home Alabama.
That's actually a good one. No, I disagree with you.
Yeah.
Dude, Butterfly Kisses, that might be.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a father-daughter song?
Yes, it is. Walk me down the aisle, Daddy. It's my first time.
Oh my God.
God.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one right there. Text in worst strip club songs possible.
As soon as I hear Sweet Home Alabama, I'm leaving. All right, bro.
864-6326. And that does it for hour one. Those type of segments make me sad we're not on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, seriously, right? Yeah, it's true.
Church crowd either going
Yeah.
to okay.
Oh man, yeah. Let's
You
turn
heathens.
this. Let's turn this off.
Let's turn on some hymns.
Yeah. Is there a hymn station?
Our God is an awesome
There's
God.
Christian music
He
stations.
reigns
From heaven above with yeah, we could. Yeah, we could.
All right, we need 2 rejoiners, two bump backs by the end of the show. We need Lil Jon and Ying Yang Twins, and then we need Our God is an Awesome God coming back. All right? I'm giving you a homework assignment.
That's a strange but awesome combo.
Yeah, that's
Complete
very secular. Okay.
And I get to choose the artist. Yeah.
Whew! All right. I swear, we're going to get to the Blazers offseason next. We were supposed to do it there, but we'll do it in this second hour. Look at the rest of the playoffs because we got some epic games coming up here, epic series. And then maybe you might just escape Mike Vrabel talk today. Maybe.
I mean, okay.
We'll see. Hour number 2, Sports Saturday, coming up next. Fan Sports Network.
For 100 years, what?
Thanks for hanging out with us. Joe Fisher the third, Rashad Taylor across the faux marble table. That's where you say something.
So, and Peppa C. Oh, we do that again?
There you go.
What up, guys? Again?
Oh, no, I just say something.
I thought you were going to keep going. I thought you had something more.
Jordan Schultz behind the glass. As always.
Editing, production. Hi there. Happy Saturday.
Producing, acting. What is that, Master Thespian? Is that John Lovitz, right?
Yes.
From Saturday Night Live?
He's so funny.
Acting? No!
Yeah, Morgan Fairchild. Yeah,
John Lovitz is
that's
like
the
5
ticket.
foot nothing, by the way, just so you know. You ever meet him in person?
Oh, actually, I have not heard it, but it is a part of the history of the Fan Sports Network. Dirt and Sprague interviewed John Lovitz a long time ago.
I remember that.
They said it was one of the worst interviews they had ever been a part of in their careers.
I can imagine
And
some
I
people.
haven't heard it. It's somewhere. I know it is in the ethers of the internet. I got to resurface it, but they said it was terrible.
I can imagine some people, like the older school comedians or something like that, being kind of
After, dude,
whatever. Like, what am I? Why am I on
decades
a,
and decades of promos.
Why am I on a
and
radio show
and
in Portland, Oregon for sports?
At
Like,
this
what
point,
am I
would
doing
just
here?
lean into it and just be like, dude, I know you don't want to be here. Like, yeah, sorry, you got to talk to this random guy for like 15 minutes. You know, you're never going to remember.
Well, not to blow the cover off of something about the magic of radio, but I've heard many comedians lamenting on like their own podcasts, and it shows that like never once has first. I'm a comedian because I don't want to get up and do anything early in the morning, but like I go on early morning radio to try to sell tickets to my show in every city. Not once has one of these like early morning radio appearances or day radio appearances ever led to multiple tickets being sold.
Hey!
According to these comedians at a comedy show.
They don't know that.
Don't you diminish our medium.
And they don't know that. How
No,
many-
I'm saying the things that have been coming out of their mouths. But on top of that, the whole John Lovitz situation, let me quickly offer some context. I remember when he came into town a few years ago, I was working at another station at that point, and usually they go like to what?
They go to multiple stations.
Exactly. Each city has 2 or 3 radio companies. They do all of them.
Usually when they come here, they go over to KGON or sister
Yeah.
station, and yeah.
And I know that he came, we had him first in the morning.
Oh,
So I think he came
35
over
minutes.
here
Ugh.
afterwards. And there was a particular personality that sucked the life out of him. A very, very, very well-known political talk guy that rhymes with Schmarshin that he was on with. And that, guys, I think just that half hour, John Lovitz is just like, no, I don't want to be in Portland
So
anymore.
Dirt and Sprague cut the
They
back
did.
end of that, is what you're saying?
Yes, because I also remember John Lovitz trying to get out of the building and that particular host just continuing to talk his ear off. And that guy's just like, John Lovitz like, I don't want to be here. I don't care. So it wasn't Dirt and
Well, you're
Sprague.
just not going to let John Lovitz leave without becoming your best friend. you
No,
know?
I mean, I have so many questions.
Yeah. Also on the text line, someone saying OG strip club song. She's my cherry pie.
Well, of course.
That's on the list.
And I was telling Rashad, I was like, I'm not requesting that. I was like, but can you imagine the 80s and 90s how many times that song got requested at strip clubs? Like that's got to be a top 10
when they could smoke inside.
most requested
Yeah,
of all time at strip clubs. I would
definitely
imagine
up there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went down a rabbit hole on the interwebs here, and someone said on a Reddit post about Jiggles that apparently it got shut down because they were found to have been working with some kind of organized crime, which I'm going to be looking into.
Shocking.
I'm going to be looking into, because if that's the story, that makes it even more fantastic. The legacy of Jiggles just continues to grow. And before we spend any more time on this, let's go to a establishment that's actually not too far over there, and that's the Blazers practice center.
Oh,
It is just down the road.
I'm sure they frequent
Right
that.
over there.
I'm sure they frequent that. They used to frequent.
Oh, I'm sure 90s Blazers.
Oh yeah,
They love
see
that.
Clyde
area.
and Terry up in there.
Special Blazers VIP room back there.
But it is the off season, and again, before I can really say like, oh, this player's going to stay, go. I mean, it really just comes down to Joe Cronin if he's here, and then at that point, the decisions being made can be maybe foreseen a little bit easier based off of what he's done. And I don't know, the vibes I got from Joe Cronin in the exit interviews was he's kind of moving like a guy who feels like he's going to be back here next year. Like, it's the way that he was talking, answering questions, and just like, again, his overall vibe, he just seemed, I wouldn't say confident, but it just like, why should I have to be worried? Like, in a sense, like it was almost just like, I'm answering all the questions. I know the situation, know what's going on. And I haven't heard or looked into if anybody asked him, like, hey, how do you feel about your job? Like, if you're, how secure do you feel in your position? But, and maybe we got something in the system. We can look it up. But, yeah, I would say that I'm kind of in the middle on Cronin because he did also commit one of the biggest trades in our team's history that has led us to where we are now with Damian Lillard, and obviously he's back now. But that sticks in a lot of people's cross still to this very moment, which understandable. But then, he's done some good stuff, bringing Denny along, drafting Clan. But then again, you look at 3 of his other 4 draft picks, and you got a Scoot, Shaden, and Young Hansen draft picks. So it's like, on Cronin, man, I'm just kind of in the middle, whether he's a good GM or not. But whether he's good or not, I don't care. I kind of just want to clean house and start fresh on everything. New coach, new GM, let the GM cook, do whatever he wants with this roster, and sort of just cut bait from anything that had to do with the old regime. I know that might not be fair to Thiago. It might not be fair to Cronin or anybody else in that organization, but I really want to see what this team looks like with a complete clean slate, this organization, this franchise with a complete clean slate.
I mean, Joe Cronin was unusually calm in his presser. Like, to me, is almost that, like, you seem relieved or something like that. Like, all right, man. It seems like a guy that just got something. Like, all right, guys, first question, what are we talking about here today? Like, I've been saying this for a while, and, we've kind of heard Blazer fans and staff allude to it. I think something big is going to happen this summer. Whether that means Giannis Antetokounmpo or not, that who knows, or a Bam Adebayo. Those are some of the names floating around. Who knows? But I think something is happening, and I think Joe Cronin knows it. I think the NBA, more than any other sport, there is a script in place. Like, I mean, let's not debate it with each other. Like, we know that the NBA wants certain teams to win. Is that fair to say?
No, yeah, they would. I mean, yes. Don't go full conspiracy on me like the league is going to make.
No, I'm not saying but if they want something to happen, chances are they're going to, like, if you want to win games, you got to blow teams out. You got to leave no doubt that you deserve that win if to go against that script that the NBA has. So I think there is something brewing, and whatever that is, it remains to be seen. What I will give Joe Cronin credit for is he did trade Dame, and you did get Drew Holiday for it. Drew Holiday didn't want to be here, but you got Tamani Kamara. You got Ayton out of the deal, and you got a couple draft picks from Milwaukee. You end up getting Dame back, and you end up getting Drew Holiday back, and you still have those picks from Milwaukee. It's some Kevin Costner draft day stuff that he was able to kind of pull off in the end, to where you were able to have all your assets, and you really lost nothing for it, if we're being honest. And so I look at what he was able to do there and say, okay, you got a team. The Blazers were able to do all they were able to do this year without Dame on the floor at any point. Not one single game. They were able to do that. I think Damian Lillard's presence is at least worth, let's say, 4 to 5 wins. Just him being on the floor and being available, let's just say Dame just makes the Blazers 4 to 5 wins better than they already are. And if you can go out there and make a splash in free agency, which is going to be tough, I think you'll be in a good space. But yes, I think Cronin's been given kind of a bit of a leash that we know that Thiago is probably not going to get. Well, and I think that's the biggest thing right now. Like, Thiago Splitter he's shown he deserves to be a head coach in the NBA. I will give him that. Whether it's here in Portland or not, that remains to be seen. But I think considering what he's done this year, what could he do fully prepared, knowing that he's the head guy with the team next year?
Yeah, can I play what Dundon said about the coach search real quick and his willingness to spend? Actually, let me make sure that this is the right clip, because I think we have one that's about his willingness to spend, and then on the coaching search. Yeah, this is on the coaching search specifically.
Yeah, a lot of the reports on budget out there were a little misleading. Have talked to Tom a lot about this. We're going to pay the coach based on some sort of level of shared risk. If it's a first-time coach who comes with a lot of risk and doesn't have a market that we have to necessarily compete in, it'll be one number. If the coach we're talking to is a 15-year vet and a future Hall of Famer, it's going to be a completely different number. And Tom isn't going to flinch at either of those scenarios. We're going to be very open-minded to what types of people we interview and would potentially bring in, and I'm not concerned about the number at all.
So that was on the reports that they're looking to pay their head coach $1 million. As far as Thiago goes, and I don't know, man. I just feel NBA is a league that your success is very strongly primarily player-based.
Yes.
So as far as like coaching, there's part of me that's like, keep Thiago, don't keep Thiago. I don't care. The roster is what matters. Like what we do there matters. Obviously, there are bad coaches. There are great coaches. There is a coach factor in sports. I just think the NBA, the influence of the coach on the overall performance throughout the season, that's where, like, I've brought this up many times. Like, Mark Daigneault, when he started with the Thunder, this first few, was he a bad coach? And
No.
is he now a great coach?
I think with experience and time, like you become that. Like when you go through the trials and you go through the playoffs, you have to really go through those X's and O's. And I think you become a great coach. Phil Jackson, the same thing. He was pretty much just an assistant forever until he became the guy and won a little bit. And they're like, oh, okay, maybe he does know what he's doing.
Yes, or is it Mark Daigneault has an insane roster with incredibly talented players, and Phil Jackson got to coach Michael Jordan
or
and
that
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
that has a lot to do with it too.
So that there's part of me where I'm just kind of like, I wish, because Cronin just has a year left on his deal. Am I mistaken on that? Am I wrong? Can we corroborate that? I felt like I heard that Cronin's got a year left on his contract. And I know they won't do it, but there's kind of part of me that just wants to be like, all right, and then just give Thiago one year and have these guys, have them to run it back next year. I'm not saying run the players and the roster back, but just run those two back one more year. And if they're able to have a successful year next year, Cronin, Thiago next year, improve on your win total, make the playoffs again, then give him an extension at that point.
It says he signed an extension in April of 2025, and it keeps him through summer of 2028.
Oh, okay. So, all right, yeah, he's here then. So, yeah, I don't know. There's part of me that kind of wants them to be like, well, let's just maybe give Thiago a full off-season, regular season. Let's just see him under 1 year. But then again, that's obviously unfair to a coach. Like, oh, we're just going to commit to you for a year. We'll see what you can do. Like, no, he's not going to go for that. So, I don't know, man. I don't know where I sit. There's part of me that understands the Blazer fans that are like, go for a well-known, proven head coach that has had success in this league, multiple playoff runs, maybe a ring. Who is that? I don't know. Go out and find him.
He's going to cost more than $1 million.
For sure. Oh, no. But you could hear from Dunn in that clip. It's like, if that's who we're going to go with, we will pay that person according to their resume. But if we go another route, not as successful, younger, first-time coach in the NBA, we will pay him according to that as well.
Who would you want to coach this team right now? Like, just based on who's available or who's out of there or who might be losing their job soon?
Well, and again, like, there's a lot of coaches, like, we just don't know who are out there that are in organizations that are doing a great. Do we know that Joe Mazzulla was going to crush it with after Ime Udoka left?
No, not at all.
Again, like, some of these guys, they get the job. Like, the dude over in Toronto who's coaching, what's his name? He's, like, from he's from Europe, and they hired him a couple years ago, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? And now he got him to the playoffs. They're eliminated now, but Game 7.
Game
because
7,
Raptors made it. Yeah, RJ Barrett. That's right. So that's where it's just like we don't know who is out in the league, who's the assistant, who's the guy here that is next up, and there's going to be those hires in this offseason cycle, and we'll be like, who the hell is that guy? And then maybe in 3 years he's the next Mark Daigneault winning a championship. So to me, for the Blazers, it's like who they hire. It's kind of like drafting. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. I can't guarantee. But if you give me an experienced head coach who's been in the league 15, 20, or 10, has multiple wins, playoff series, whatever, then I could say we should win with that dude. That guy is a winner. And if we finish less than this, then that is a major disappointment.
Are we sure Steve Kerr is done coaching?
Well, yeah, there's been whispers about that. The Warriors run might be, coming to an end. And so, I don't know.
I mean, as far as available names, I feel like the two best ones have already been taken off the board.
Jenkins and Malone.
Yeah, those teams worked quick. UNC obviously was like, you know what? Before the NBA playoffs finish, we're locking this in with Mike Malone. And Taylor Jenkins was somebody I had been eyeing for Portland for a couple of years, so that was frustrating. But that type, I think, is what is needed here. We've had the young guy that's kind of been, up and coming, and now he's, learned the process, and maybe he can take us over the top. Like Terry Stotts with the roster that they freaking gave him and no more, got as far as he freaking could. And he was a guy that was kind of a project rehash of an NBA head coach. I said this a couple of times on this program, guys. I want, for the first time since freaking Mike Dunleavy back in 1998, hired by Bob Whitsitt, I want, for the first time in 20 plus, almost 30 years, for the Blazers to go get a big name, combine it with a couple of big acquisitions player-wise, and see where the hell you can go. And you better do it before Dame retires.
Does Mike Budenholzer do anything for you?
He ruffles my
He
skirt.
would. Yeah, I would take Bud. I would take a chance on Bud for sure.
What about Thibs?
It's funny.
Yes.
It's funny.
I would take Tibbs because he only works for 3 years. He only works for 3 years. Anything more than that, is too much for players. I would take Tibbs for 3 years.
I have this list of best coaches available in this offseason cycle. Thibs is on there as one.
We should break and then get to that, actually.
Becky
We're way
Hammond
over.
2, Taylor Jenkins 3, Mike Budenholzer 4, and some dude named Chris Quinn over in Miami. So again, another moment of a random guy Chris Quinn, who?
How about bring Terry Stotts back? He's on the list.
He's number 6 on that list.
Please.
100%.
I would be.
No, do not
yes.
do that.
I would
Please.
100%. With this roster, absolutely I would.
Absolutely not.
Give it to me.
Do not do
Inject
that.
Terry Stotts into my veins.
All right, let's take a break. Keep this conversation going next here. Fan Sports Network, Sports Saturday.
And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go.
You feel that bass? Is this censored? I really hope
This is the clean version. You really think that?
I guess we'll find out, right?
I don't know. It's not. It's not in the.
Yeah. So I'm playing it. From
Guess we'll
my
find out right now.
page right now. Here we go. Here we go, guys.
Okay.
You really think I'm that dumb?
I don't know. Again, it was not in the stack. It was not in my little player here.
Get more trust in me.
So I was wondering where the source of the audio was coming from.
Me.
I was scared. Okay. All right.
We can turn into a Traditional music radio show.
Actually, let's flip the format.
Right now.
Hey, Boss Man Cooley. We're now a hip-hop station. So, Blazers, their offseason is beginning, and I know it's hard to say, I expect this player to be back, this player to be gone. I guess I'd ask you fellas and anybody out there listening, 503-864-6326, who do you want to see back? Who do you think should be gone? I feel like almost the consensus on a lot of players is like the same. Like Rob Williams. I feel like everybody's like, dude, bring him back.
Got to keep Rob Williams.
Bring him back. Why not? Like, I mean, he played the most games he's played in God knows how many seasons. He was effective in the playoffs. He was effective when he played this year. So like, and then Matisse Thybulle on the roster.
I say you keep him.
Get the hell out.
There's a level of defense that he plays that's
say,
just different than a lot of people in the league.
Dude, you said it, because there are moments when I watch him, so many balls are deflected, or he forces steals, or gets steals, or blocked, and it's always like, I didn't think that.
How did you even get there?
Yeah, it happens multiple times a game,
and that's why I'm like,
so I hear you when it's like, when it comes to defense, and I knew that this was known when coming into the league, his time with the Sixers, his defensive game is the best part about him, and that to me, and his veteran leadership, I think he's a great person to have in the locker room as far as like mental psyche, being able to talk to younger players. He's a pro, and I think having that with that defensive prowess that he has,
absolutely
proven defensive prowess. And he's probably going to be pretty inexpensive.
No, it's not going to cost anything. And he loves, again, he's one of those guys, much like Rob Williams, he's had a lot of injuries over the last little bit. Not as many as Rob has had, but he's had enough to keep him really out of the lineup. There was this crazy stat up until recently that he'd only truly played like in 20-something games, like Blazer games. So
there's part of me, too, that's just like, dude, we've had these two guys on the team for
like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, it's like, why now that they're both like finally –
we can't give them away.
Operational and helpful in a sense, and like can actually play meaningful minutes. It's like, how about we try and get a full year out of them?
No, I mean, like you said, the things that both of those guys can do defensively, we saw that really the best defense that anybody was able to play on Wemby kind of came from Rob and really from Drew. Like just being able to put a body on him, push him out of his spots a little bit. Now, Wemby's somebody who can shoot from everywhere, and he's got Space Jam type arms. So it doesn't really matter, but, you have to try to make things difficult for him. I think Rob did a really good job. And then Matisse, I don't need you to score. If you score, that's a bonus. Thank you. But if you can get out there and make things difficult, Tumani, Scoot, Rob, and Drew Holiday, that lineup out there on the floor at one time is insane.
So as far as players that are under contract that will be returning, it's essentially, everybody else. Drew, Jeremy, Shaden, Tumani, Scoot, Dame, Denny, Donovan, Young Hansen might be the most. Young and Dame are like the two most like for sure players that are going to be on this team.
No, the fans love Young. I guess a lot of people are still trying to figure it out. But yeah, I think
Vic Krejci as well. So I mean, like to me, it's just like, dude, if you throw Vic Krejci in a package, I don't care at all. He did absolutely nothing.
He had a couple good games when he first got here. It's like, okay, he could be useful here. You can see where he could be useful.
For a guy known for his shooting, he did little making.
Honestly,
no kidding.
This is going to sound crazy, guys, but I'm thinking like if you just kept this team as is and let them run it back.
Oh boy, here we go.
Nope.
I know. I just said it's going to sound crazy. It's the first thing I said. This is going to sound crazy. Go. But again, we just mentioned the fact that those 16 fourth quarter leads that were blown, we should assume they're going to be better than they were this year, much like they were better.
You would assume that possibly those turn into Dame time?
Again, you add Damian Lillard, I would assume you don't blow that many fourth quarter leads.
What if he turns into like the least clutch player ever? Like in those moments next year, he's just like airballing.
I think it's going to take him some time. Honestly, I think it's going to take him some time to come back and really,
oh my God, he hit the side of the backboard.
To really be the player that he wants to be, but he's not going to be asked to really take anybody one-on-one like that. So, I mean, being a spot-up shooter, is that something he's going to be able to do? I think he'll be fine at it.
I will say, as far as who was on this roster, there's part of me that's kind of for my emotional health, mental well-being, just kind of wants to be done with Shaden and Scoot, just so that way I can stop worrying about him. so much and stop being like, when are
know.
they going to? Are they going to start playing like an alternate?
We just talked about shooting here a little bit ago, and we let go of our shooter in order to keep Shaden and Scoot. So I don't think you get rid of both of them. You have to. One of them's got to go.
I think Shaden is gone. Is
as good as gone. That's what I think.
He's gone.
That's what I think.
His contract is favorable to where there's going to be a team out there that's willing to take him on, and I think I can fix him. That is the NBA. That is sports to a T. It's like a relationship or a girl or a guy. No, it's the girls mostly that do this. That I can fix him.
I can fix him.
Yeah. That's what sports
guys
do.
We kind of know better. We look
NBA,
like, yeah.
And I feel like NBA does this a lot more
dog.
than other leagues where it's like Marvin Bagley, I can fix him.
You know what?
I think I can fix him.
Give me a month.
Jaleel Okafor, I think I can fix him.
Darko Milicic, he's better than Dirk.
So there will be multiple teams that look at Shaden Sharp and Scoot Henderson both, and they're like, I think I can fix him. And they're going to see Shaden's contract and be like, dude, 20 mil a year, 25 by the end of it, whatever. That's a drop in the bucket.
What we can say on behalf of both of them, they've both gotten better as time has progressed. Scoot, honestly, we don't win that playoff game if not for Scoot Henderson,
which is wild to
going
say.
crazy. I mean, it really is.
It's true. I mean,
we don't win that, and really we're not competitive in the first 3 games, or if Scoot doesn't play the way that he plays.
I don't mind Scoot coming back. It's just there's also part of me where it's like if he leaves, like the emotional roller coaster of getting myself hyped for him, then he S's the bed, and then I'm depressed about him, and then he has a great stretch of games, and I'm like, dude, Scoot's been playing really well lately. And then he finishes the season like he did in the last 2 games. And then you're just like, dude, what am I?
But you see it there.
Why?
Right? You see it there, and we got the chance to see it more than we saw Jermaine O'Neal. And so we at least see that he's good. What I don't want to happen is to lose a player like Scoot, and he goes and he pops the way we thought. It took Denny year 6 for him to make the All-Star team. So it's not to say that if you're not an All-Star by year 3, 4 that you suck. No, you can still make the team at year 6 and just kind of figure out where you are. And I think he's got the skill set offensively, defensively to be a big deal in this league.
It's just discouraging when you play in a series against a team who's got young guys like that. A rookie who was a rookie who just cooked you in one of the games, and then Stephon it's just that's the part that's just like, damn, why can't we get one of these early bloomers? Dame was obviously, but like it seems like some franchises San
Antonio knows how to do it.
They've always known how to do it. It's unreal the luck that they have had in
I don't even know if it's luck because they get guys in the second round and guys that come from overseas. Like, man, who is this guy that's killing us for no reason? Like, they always get. So whoever their scouting team is, Portland needs to go hire one of those guys. There's nothing else that, like, seriously, look at their entire franchise. What they've done forever is they always get they get really lucky with the first round guy, a Tim Duncan, a David Robinson, a Wemby. And then they score a Ginobili in the second round. They score a Tony Parker late in the first. Like, who are these people?
Yeah, it's annoying. It's discouraging. It's it's one of those where I'm like, damn, is this my life for the next 5 to 10 years? Having to deal with this and the Thunder and some other random team leapfrogging us every single year. And here come the Sonics now.
Well, they're coming back.
And now the Sonics are the best
deal
team
with that
in the league.
again.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We can either continue this or we can actually, I think I want to read you something that I found on the interwebs about your boy Mike.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Because I think we got some evidence here. We do that next here, Sports Saturday. But first, Jordan Schultz, Sports Center Update.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Portland Timbers in action today against Real Salt Lake, looking for their 4th win of the season. Make sure you keep it locked here on the Fan Sports Network. Coverage getting going at 12:45. Game time set for 1:45, and you can watch it, of course, on Apple TV. Over to the NBA, 1 Game 7 set for tonight. It's in the East. The Celtics hosting the 76ers. It's a 4:30 tip on NBC and Peacock. Boston, an 8.5-point favorite right now. And on the diamond, the Mariners taking a hard loss to the Royals last night. 7-6 the final. A late RBI from Kansas City, getting them the win after the Mariners coming back to tie it up at 6. 2 home runs for Julio Rodriguez in the losing effort. They'll be back at it tonight. Emerson Hancock v. Seth Lugo on the bump. First pitch set for 6:40 on Mariners TV. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Curtain missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM. The Fan.
Crazy.
You got to have your hands up. Otherwise, you're not a true Christian if you don't have your hands up singing that song or any worship song at church.
Crazy.
I'll be honest, this was never sang at my church.
No.
I wish I could catch this live at least once in my life.
Yeah.
I am not religious.
It's
I'm
sang.
Christian. I just want to catch this live performance
Hey guys,
at least once.
Trust Tree. I've sang this.
I'm
Like,
sure you have.
As the singer. no, like as the singer, guitar player, like leading the worship on the stage.
I'd like to envision
I can imagine that. I can already see it.
I can envision Jordan, long metal
Shirt
hair.
buttoned all the way up to the top.
Metal hair. Oh, no, I'm thinking sort of like a leather vest with no shirt underneath.
I did have a leather jacket.
No. It's a
lying.
mesh shirt.
You're talking 18-year-old Schultze? Yep.
Yeah,
Was the hair long, like metal band long?
In high school, yeah, shaggy. Once it got to college, kind of more the faux hawk that I do now. So,
okay.
but definitely shaggy. Well, no, I think I still had shaggy hair at 19. I think I grew it out. That was still in vogue.
So, question for the both of you before we move on: have either of you ever? I think I know the answer, Joe. For Joe, been to a black church?
No.
Yes.
I have not been to a black church
Really?
before.
Yeah.
It's really long. Like you're gonna be there for a minute.
Which
but
that was
it
probably
looks-
my.
you're gonna get your God on when
that
you're
was
there.
my
looks
biggest.
fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I don't want to be
It's
there
a lot
for
more
2.5
interactive
hours.
than
I've seen the video.
There might be a mime team
People
and a dance team.
people running up and down the aisles.
Holy Spirit is what they call it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I want to catch the Holy Spirit.
I mean, you should go. I think there's tons of places open tomorrow.
They are all open, Rashad.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
tons of them open tomorrow.
It's usually how it works. Just such a hit. Just like triumphant and just
I think that's the top-selling Christian artist of all time there, Michael W. Smith singing it, so totally.
Who knew?
Christian artists make bank too.
They actually do.
That's a market that Lecrae. Yeah, that's a market that none of us ever thought about.
You can't go platinum. You can't. You go your gold, frankincense, and myrrh albums.
Hey,
I think.
No more filibustering, Rashad. No, you don't want to talk about Mike Vrabel and all the he needs. This was a tweet from Diana Rossini back in 2021. I want to read to you, Rashad.
Oh God.
Keep looking at my almost 4-day-old son, Michael, while trying to figure out who are the best Michaels to ever play and coach in the NFL. I feel like there's only a very few specific people that applies to. Guys that played and coached in the NFL named Michael. She was just waiting for someone to be like,
Mike Holmgren's not one of them, is he?
did Holmgren play? I think Holmgren
played?
Did he?
Did Holmgren play? He might have.
He looks like he might have played.
Well, he might be number one. Then
Probably.
Who is the best Mike?
I'm AIing this right now.
All right.
Mike Singletary's on the list.
Mike Singletary. He
Linebacker. San
wasn't a
Francisco.
great coach though. He wasn't a great head
No.
coach.
Mike
I
Mularkey.
want winners. I want winners.
Mike Munchik.
Yeah, no.
Can't coach with him.
It might be Vrabel.
Mike McCoy, Chargers coach, former quarterback as well.
Yeah, I think it might be Vrabel.
It's
it's
got to
probably
be Vrabel. And who else has been effed by Diana Rossini? Allegedly, of course.
Sean Payton. No, I mean there has
No,
been
there's
stuff.
No,
some
no, no,
links to
yeah.
Sean Payton. Yeah.
They're like,
I wonder
maybe.
if I laugh because I wonder if the list will grow longer.
All right. So again, 4-day-old Michael, right? So then she tweeted that in 2021. I believe the date was August 2021. August 11th, 2021. Why does that matter? Rashad, why does it matter what day she tweeted it out? If it happened in 2021, who cares if it happened in August, January? Well, does it? I mean, I think it might matter because if that happened in August,
Training camp?
if a child is born on August 7th, the most probable date of conception
Oh, God.
is November 14th of the previous year. So November 14th, 2020.
So around, it doesn't have to be that specific
Right,
day, but
yes.
like 4-day window.
Because they also say, the average pregnancy lasts 266 days. Doctors usually calculate it based on the last cycle for a woman. So, adds 2 weeks to the count. In this scenario, it would have been roughly around that, 14-day, about like November 14th, around there. Okay? Somewhere around November 14th, 2020 is when it's scientifically, anatomically assumed when the conception was made with Diana Rossini. Do you know where she was during that time in November 2020?
Tennessee.
She was in Tennessee.
Yeah.
You're the only 10 I see.
For a Thursday night game for the Tennessee Titans. And the other thing is, she interviewed him on the exact day. And
I'm
it
sure she
appears that
did.
they also played,
Spoken to
or it
the mic.
appears that the Titans and Colts played again on November 29th, 2020. And she posted about traveling to that game as well. So she was with Mike Vrabel 2 different times during the month of November 2020, exactly 9 months before her son Michael was born.
So I guess it's possible that she had sex with her husband and then had sex with Mike Vrabel the next day, right?
Yes,
That's
that
very,
is
very
very
possible.
possible.
So just I'm
That
trying to let's get this from all angles,
This happens in many a Maury episode.
Oh, I can't wait to see that test result.
Where people are like,
Mike,
yeah.
you are not the father.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, AI has already,
they've
had their way with that. So
They've gotten some good ones out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I read that and I was like, and this of course came from the fine users of Reddit to actually do the math and like go back and like, well, according to
X on I think Grok
doctors
is its
and-
AI. Yeah, Grok was answering all kinds of questions about this, like saying like the date of conception would have been. was
Hey, man,
Well, the
laid out.
fact that they're like, it's this date, and dude, she was there in Tennessee during that exact time.
Was
It's
her
just like,
husband with her?
I mean, I'm guessing she was traveling for work, my man.
we don't. Yeah, see, that's we
I don't-
need.
He is also a Shake Shack executive, Diana Rossini's husband. So she has made so many offhand remarks in podcast shows about how her marriage is not good and her like jokingly
Vanilla
kind of
husband.
offhand, joke comments, but serious.
Something about like I partied way too hard. I did things that I haven't even told my husband yet.
Yeah.
Was one of those clips. Like it's like if my woman was out there saying that, I would be
She would
very
no longer
embarrassed.
be your woman.
I would be very embarrassed.
Yeah. wouldn't
She
be
said
my
a lot
girl
of stuff like that. And so this dude, again, a Shake Shack executive, he hired the PI because he's got the money for it. He knew what was going on.
But those photos at that resort were not PI photos. It has been found out that those were most likely just
Right.
another couple.
The one, wait, what?
Pineapples?
At the resort?
That's definitely Diana Rossini and Mike
No.
Vrabel.
Sorry, they were taken by another. The photographs.
Oh,
So
I see.
everybody, when that first came out, I just want to clear this up because this is all legalese and everything. They said that the PI was the one that took those photographs.
And the casino and stuff
yeah,
like that.
the adults only retreat. It wasn't. I think they found out it was another couple there at the retreat that took those photos of Diana and Mike.
Well, he did order a PI or hire a PI at some
That is
point.
true.
But yeah, this dude, like, I could see it. Shake Shack executive, and then you've got Diana Rossini. Both travel for their jobs immensely, I can imagine. She's all over the country for her job. He's all over the country for his job, going to different openings and what have you. I can imagine her painting the picture of her marriage jokingly in a lot of these interviews. Pardon my take, and he has, whatever podcast. That is a very accurate picture of her life.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Those two probably hate each other, and he probably has side pieces, is my guess.
Yeah. So look, he gets to look like a white rose because you didn't catch mine. I mean,
like,
you didn't
yeah,
catch me. Right now, you're the bad guy and you talked about it a little earlier, like people celebrating of sorts, kind of Mike Vrabel. I don't know if they're celebrating. I think this is par for the course. Like,
Well,
one thing we know is women love
Be careful.
strong, professional,
Status.
famous men. Status.
money and
That's
status.
important.
And really quickly,
Mike
Rashad,
Vrabel is the NFL head coach.
just to give the context of what you're talking about, there was a season ticket holder event this week for New England Patriots fans that attended, or earlier this week or last weekend. Mike Vrabel was there with a couple of executives. Standing ovation from Patriots fans for Mike Vrabel. The video is all over social media. F all of you, New England Patriots fans. Eat your own bud. I cannot stand any kind of support for such. It's obvious that this guy's going to lose his job once more of this comes out. And for Patriot fans, it's all good. Am I the bastion of moral superiority? No. But
Well,
anybody
you
that's
did also tell people to eat their butt, so I would say no.
absolutely not. But I think we all should have limits. That should be one.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really
I have
know.
some images in my head right now that I can't get out, and I'm kind of scared.
I mean, she's not like. I mean,
All right,
I
last
don't know
thing.
if I would have risked it all for her, but it's all good. I wouldn't have done it, but
Last thing here is she posted a picture November 12th, 2020 of the Titan Stadium, the field, and she tweeted it out and said, "We have a big one tonight in Nashville."
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Big Mike, yeah, go Patriots.
10 inches.
Suck it,
and
Jordan.
girthy.
Yeah,
You know what, Rashad?
go Pats.
I love meat.
Just lost a little respect for you. I'm just kidding.
He gave me the nicest, longest piece of meat.
Did he, Diane?
He has a deep voice.
So good.
All right, let's wrap up the show next here. Sports Saturday, Fan Sports Network.
So, what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks.
Unfortunately, San Antonio, extremely lucky with their number 1 picks, do not have chronic injuries, and they are good, whether it's their international scouting department or their coaching hires. They have way more hits than misses. The Blazers are both unlucky and have made mediocre scouting and coaching hires. And then I just responded to the texter. I was just like, the wild thing is the Spurs are rarely in the position to draft high, and then when they do, they don't miss. I'm going to read some of these first-round draft top 15 picks for the Spurs over the last however many years, okay? Top 15 picks that they've had. Because it's safe to assume 15 through 30 picks. It's kind of, if you get an all-star appearance out of a guy like that, that's pretty nice, But the top 15, that lottery zone is where you want to be. So Dylan Harper, Carter Bryant this year, Stephon Castle, Victor Wembanyama. Those are your last 4 first-round picks, right?
Jeez.
We just experienced it. Jeremy Sochan in 2022 is still on the team, doesn't get a lot of run, but, that was number 9 overall.
He was okay for a second.
This is the one they did not hit on. 12th overall in 2021, Joshua Primo. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Primo was not good.
But that's
Yeah,
okay,
that
because
was,
you can have misses.
So that was a miss. But then 2020, Devin Vassell.
Mm-hmm.
Bucket getter.
Mid-range freaking king.
So 2020, they had the 11th overall pick. They did not draft in the top 20 in between that time and when they took Tim Duncan in 1997. They did not have a top 15, a top 20 draft pick since they took Devin Vassell. Excuse me, they did have number 19. They took some guy, Luka Samanic. At 18, they took Lonnie Walker in 2018. But other than that, it's all been picks like 24, 26, 28, 30, 29. Like, they've just been in that range for so long. So it's just crazy. Even when they are in that top 10, top 15 zone, they don't miss.
No, that's what a great.
It's got to be just one of the luckiest franchise. And again, I know scouting comes into it, but there ain't no scouting getting number 1 overall when Victor Wembanyama's in the draft.
But like you
That's
said,
just luck.
There's only been
You ain't got to do any scouting for that.
There's only been so many of those to where they've got the number 1 pick, and each time it's been a generational type talent, a David Robinson, a Tim Duncan, a Victor Wembanyama. It's the stuff in between those, right? It's the guys. It's the finding Ginobili in the second round. It's finding Tony Parker late rounds. It's finding Kawhi at the end of the first round. It's being able to
Robert Ory.
Yeah, it's being able to get those guys like that in between that really help keep your franchise moving. And then you got lucky over the last few years since like 2019 with the Vassells and the Castles and Dylan Harper and all those other guys. But yeah, it's just being able to know what's around you and know who people aren't looking at and putting your name on them. Shout out to them.
Hey, we got some Game 7s today, tomorrow.
Last game of the year, Brent. Can't hold anything back now.
Today we have the Sixers versus Celtics. How about that?
That should be a good one. Let's go Sixers.
I'm going Sixers.
Yeah.
I want to see the Sixers pull
I mean,
off.
Peyton Pritchard, Portland guy, so let's go Peyton. But Sixers.
Yeah, how
probably.
about Peyton Pritchard goes off for 40 in a Celtics loss?
I'm good with that.
Okay, cool. And then tomorrow, Orlando, Detroit. God, we didn't even get to the Orlando collapse. Dear Lord,
Wow.
that was epic last night.
Couldn't make
Yeah.
a hoop.
Yeah, poor Magic fans.
Dear God, man.
At least you won 3 games.
So tomorrow, 12:30, Orlando, Detroit, Game 7. Toronto, Cleveland, Game 7 at 4:30. You can catch that. And then you can catch us next week. Rashad Taylor, thank you as always.
My guy.
Jordan Schultz, thank you as always.
Love you guys. Love you all.
And all you wonderful listeners out there, have a great Saturday and great rest of your weekend. We will catch you next Saturday at 9 a.m. Peace.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.